Hello everybody and welcome to today's video, a translation into modern English of William Shakespeare's Julius Caesar. On screen you'll see the original text, and what I'll do is read out my modern translation. Rome, Brutus's orchard. Enter Brutus. Brutus: Hey Lucius, are you there? I cannot tell by the position of the stars how close to daybreak it is. Lucius, can you hear me? I wish that my weakness was to sleep so soundly. Come on, Lucius, come on, wake up, I say. Come on, Lucius. Enter Lucius. Lucius: Did you call, my lord? Brutus: Put a candle in my study for me, Lucius. When it is lit, come and call me. Lucius: I will, my lord. Exit. Brutus: Caesar must be put to death, and for my part I have no self-interested reason to kick against him, but for the common political good. He wants to be crowned. How would being king change his nature? That is the question. Favourable conditions can bring out the hidden evil in people, just as sunny days bring out poisonous adders, and that requires us to walk carefully. If we crown him, then, I admit, we would be putting venom in him, which he could use at will to do harm. The abuse of power happens when it separates compassion from power, and speaking honestly about Caesar, I have not known him to be swayed by his emotions rather than his judgment. But it is a matter of common knowledge that humility is the ladder of ambition by which a young man climbs upwards towards power. But when he gets to the highest rung, he then turns his back on his ladder of support, reaches for the skies while scorning the lower rungs and the people who helped him to get there. Caesar may become like that. Therefore, in case he does, we must prevent him by taking anticipatory action, and since the accusation carries no validity considering what Caesar is at this moment, let us put the case in this way, that if he is promoted, he would resort to such tyrannical extremes, and therefore we should think of him as a serpent's egg, which, when it is hatched, would, like all poisonous snakes, become dangerous, and so we must kill him while he's still in the shell. Re-enter Lucius. Lucius: The candle is burning in your study, sir. While I was looking on the window-sill for a flint, I found this paper sealed up like this, and I am sure it was not there when I went to bed. Gives him the letter. Go back to bed, as it isn't daybreak yet. Is tomorrow the 15th of March, boy? I don't know, sir. Have a look at the calendar and let me know. Lucius: I will, sir. Exit Lucius. Brutus: The meteors whizzing through the air give off so much light that I can read by them. Opens the letter and reads. Brutus, you are sleeping. Wake up and look at yourself. Is Rome going to, etc. Speak, strike, put things right? Brutus, you are sleeping. Wake up. Such promptings to action have often been dropped where I would find them. Is Rome going to, etc. I must try to understand what this means. Is Rome going to stand in awe of one man? What, Rome? My ancestors from the streets of Rome drove out Tarquin when he was pronounced a king. Speak, strike, put things right. Am I being urged to speak and strike? Oh, Rome, I promise you, if things are going to be put right, you will receive your full request by the hand of Brutus. Re-enter Lucius. Lucius: Sir, we are already 15 days into March. The sound of knocking off stage. That's good. Go to the gate. Someone's knocking. Ever since Cassius began to turn me against Caesar, I have not slept. Between that time of carrying out a dreadful deed after the initial impulse, the interval is like a nightmare or a ghastly dream. The guiding spirit and the passions are the same in consultation, and the conditions of man, like a small kingdom, then suffers a kind of violent uprising. Re-enter Lucius. Lucius: Sir, it is your brother-in-law Cassius at the door who wants to see you. Brutus: Is he alone? Lucius: No, sir, there are others with him. Brutus: You know who they are? Lucius: No, sir, their hats are pulled down over their ears, and half their faces are covered by their cloaks, so there's no way I can identify them by their appearance. Brutus: Let them come in. Exit Lucius. They are the faction that wants to kill Caesar. O conspiracy, are you ashamed to show your murderous face even at night, when evil things most freely wander about? Well then, by day, where will you find a cave dark enough to hide your monstrous face? Don't look for one, conspiracy. Hide your monstrous face in smiles and friendliness, for if you pursue your way, showing your true colours, even hell itself would not be dark enough to keep you from being found and stopped. Enter the conspirators, Cassius, Casca, Decius Brutus, Cinna, Metellus Cimber, and Trebonius. Cassius: I think we are too bold, disturbing your sleep. Good morning, Brutus. Are we bothering you? Brutus, I was awake already, awake all night. Do I know these men who have come along with you? Cassius, yes, every one of them, and there's not a man here who doesn't highly respect you, and each one of them wishes you had as high an opinion of yourself as every noble Roman has of you. This is Trebonius. Brutus, he is welcome here. Cassius, this is Decius Brutus. He's welcome too. This is Casca, this is Cinna, and this is Metellus Cimber. They are all welcome. What worries have come between you and a good night's sleep? Cassius, can I have a word with you? Brutus and Cassius whisper. Decius Brutus, here is the east. Isn't that where daybreak occurs? Casca, no. Cinna, oh, excuse me, sir, it is, and those grey lines that interlace the clouds are signs of daybreak. Casca, you shall admit that you're both wrong, pointing his sword. Here, where I point my sword, the sun rises, which is noticeably encroaching on the south, taking into consideration that it is still winter. In about 2 months from now, further towards the north, the dawn will break, and due east stands the capital, right here. Brutus, give me your hands, all of you, one by one. He shakes their hands. Cassius, and let us swear our resolution. Brutus, no, let's not swear an oath. If the expression on men's faces, the suffering of our souls, the corruption by Caesar in these days are not enough motivation for us, let us break it off at once, and each of us return to his unslept-in bed. Then we will allow this high-flying tyrant to proceed unchallenged until each one of us dies according to his chance displeasure. But if these reasons, as I am convinced they do, carry enough fire to ignite cowards to action and inspire with great courage the weakening spirits of women, then, countrymen, why do we need any encouragement other than our own reasons to spur us into action? What bond do we need other than the fact that we are Romans who, once we are given our word, can be trusted to hold our tongues and will not deceive? And what oath do we need other than words of honour exchanged that this shall happen or we shall die trying? Swearing is for priests and cowards and deceitful men, feeble old people, and those long-suffering sorts who welcome ill treatment for wrong reasons. Such untrustworthy people swear oaths, but do not spoil the steadfast virtue of our mission, nor the indomitable resilience of our spirits by thinking that our cause or our performance need a binding oath, when every drop of blood that every noble Roman has within him would be proven to be bastard's blood if he broke the smallest part of any promise that he has made. Cassius, but what about Cicero? Shall we find out what he thinks about this matter? I think he would agree wholeheartedly with us. Casca, let's not leave him out. Cinna, no, by no means. Metellus, oh, let's have him on board, because his grey-headed wisdom will earn us a good reputation and cause men to speak out in support of our actions. It will be assumed that it was his wise decision-making that ordered our actions. Our youthful, wild ways will not at all be apparent, but will be concealed by his solemn dignity. Brutus, oh, don't talk about him. Let's not broach the matter with him, because he'll never follow anything that other men have started. Cassius, then leave him out. Casca, indeed, he is not right for this. Decius Brutus, are we going after any other men, or is it just Caesar? Cassius, well said, Decius. I don't think it would be proper if Mark Antony, who's so loved by Caesar, outlived Caesar. We would find him to be a cunning plotter, and you know his connections, if he made good use of them, may well go as far as harming us all. To forestall this, Antony and Caesar should die together. Brutus, our actions will seem too bloody. Caius Cassius, if we cut off Caesar's head and then hack at his limbs too, it would look like rage when we kill Caesar and like malice when we kill Antony afterwards, because Antony is just one of Caesar's limbs. Let's be sacrifices, but not butchers, Caius. We'll all stand up against the spirit of what Caesar represents, and in the spirit of men there is no blood. Oh, how I wish that we could overcome Caesar's over-ambitious spirit and not have to dismember Caesar. But alas, Caesar must bleed, and noble friends, let us kill him boldly, but not with anger. Let us carve him ceremoniously like a dish fit for the gods, not chop him up like a carcass fit for dogs. And let our hearts, as cunning masters do, stir up our emotions to an act of rage, and afterwards seem to rebuke them. This will make it plain that our reason is one of political necessity and not personal malice, which will make us appear to the common people as surgeons and not murderers. And as for Mark Antony, don't worry about him, because he won't be able to do anything as Caesar's arm after Caesar's head has been cut off. Cassius, but I am afraid of him because of the deep-rooted love he has for Caesar. Brutus, alas, good Cassius, don't worry about him. If he loves Caesar, all the injury he can inflict is on himself by succumbing to grief and dying for Caesar, and that would be far too much to expect from someone like him, because he prefers sports, wilderness, fun, and many friends. Trebonius, there is nothing to worry about as far as he is concerned. Let's not kill him, because he will live and laugh at this in the future. The clock strikes. Brutus, be quiet and count how many times the clock chimes. Cassius, the clock struck 3. Trebonius, it's time to leave. Cassius, but as yet we're unsure whether Caesar will come out into a public place today or not, because he's become superstitious recently, quite opposite from the strong opinions he once held against imaginings, dreams and omens. It may be that these manifest out of the ordinary occurrences, the exceptional terror of this night, and the persuasion of his fortune-tellers will keep him away from the capital today. Decius Brutus, don't worry about that. If that is what he has decided, I can convince him to change his mind, because he loves to hear how unicorns can be captured with trees, and bears with mirrors, elephants with holes, lions with traps, and men with flattery. But when I tell him that he hates flatterers, he agrees, just as I am flattering him the most. Let me work on him, because I can influence him in the right direction, and I will bring him to the capital. Cassius, no, we will all go there to bring him. Brutus, by 8 o'clock, is that the latest we can do it? Cinna, that is the latest, and don't be any later than that. Metellus Cimber, Caius Ligarius feels enmity towards Caesar, who rebuked him for speaking well of Pompey. I am wondering why none of you have thought of enlisting his support. Brutus, now, good Metellus, go and call at his house. He genuinely likes me very much, and I have given him good reason to do so. Just send him here, and I will persuade him to join our party. Cassius, the morning is fast approaching. We shall leave you, Brutus, and, friends, go your separate ways, but be sure to remember what you have said and prove yourselves to be true Romans. Brutus, good gentlemen, look fresh-faced and happy. Don't let our facial expressions betray our plans, but carry it off as our Roman actors do, with alert spirits and dignified composure. And so, good morning to each and every one of you. Exit all but Brutus. Boy, Lucius, are you fast asleep? It doesn't matter. Enjoy the honey sweetness of deep sleep. You have no strange imaginings which overwhelming worries deposit in men's brains. That is why you sleep so soundly. Enter Portia. Portia, Brutus, my lord. Brutus, Portia, what are you doing here? Why are you up so early? It is not good for your health to expose your weak condition to the raw, cold morning air. Portia, it's not good for your health either. Brutus, you disrespectfully crept out of bed, and last night at supper you suddenly got up and walked to and fro, musing and sighing in a melancholy way with your arms crossed, and when I asked you what the matter was, you glared at me angrily. I urged you to tell me, then you scratched your head and stamped your foot impatiently. Still I persisted, still you wouldn't answer me, but with an angry waving gesture of your hand you signalled that I should leave you alone, so I did, afraid to increase that impatience which was already aroused in you, and moreover hoping it was a passing moment of moodiness, which affects everyone once in a while. Your mood won't let you eat, talk, or sleep, and if it could have as much effect on your body as it has had on your frame of mind, I would not be able to recognise you, Brutus. My dear lord, tell me what is causing you grief. Brutus, I'm not feeling well, that's all. Portia, Brutus, you're wise, and if you were not in good health, you would take whatever was needed to obtain it. Brutus, well, I am doing so, good Portia. Go to bed. Portia, are you ill, Brutus? And is it healthy to walk around buttons undone, breathing in the dampness of the dank morning? Well, are you ill, Brutus? And did you sneak out of your warm, cosy bed to brave the vile, infectious night and tempt the watery and unclean air to add to your illness? No, my Brutus, you have some harmful sickness within your mind, which by virtue of my position as your wife I ought to be told about, and on my knees I entreat you by my once praised beauty, by all your vows of love and that great vow of marriage which joined us and made us one, that you reveal to me, yourself, your wife, why you are downhearted, and what men have to come to see you tonight, because there were about 6 or 7 men here who hid their faces even in the darkness. Brutus, don't kneel, noble Portia. Portia, I would not need to if you were behaving nobly. Within the bonds of marriage, Brutus, tell me, is it expected that I should not be told any secrets that concern you? Am I one with you, but only in a limited way, eating meals, sleeping with you and talking to you sometimes? Do I only live in the outskirts of your happiness? If I'm no more than that, then I am your whore, and not your wife. Brutus, you are my true and honourable wife, as dear to me as the red drops of blood that flow through my sad heart. Portia, if that were true, then I would know what this secret is. I grant you that I am a woman, but you must consider I am a woman from a reputable family, Cato's daughter. Do you honestly think that I am no stronger than other women, having such men as yourselves for my father and my husband? Tell me these things you're deliberating over. I will not betray them. I have proved my faithful endurance by giving myself a voluntary wound here in my thigh. If I can bear that with patience, can't I bear my husband's secrets? Brutus, O ye gods, make me worthy of this noble wife. A knocking sound off stage. Listen, someone's knocking. Portia, go inside for a while, and before long your heart shall share in the secrets of my heart. All my assignations I will explain to you, everything that is written in my sad facial expression. Leave me quickly. Exit Portia. Lucius, who's that knocking? Re-enter Lucius with Ligarius. Here is a sick man who wants to speak to you. Brutus, it's Caius Ligarius whom Metellus was talking about. Boys, stand aside. Caius Ligarius, how are you? Ligarius, please accept my feeble good morning. Brutus, oh, what a time you've chosen to be unavailable, brave Caius, wearing a cloth around your head showing that you're sick. I wish you weren't ill. Ligarius, I'm not ill if Brutus is ready with an honourable exploit for me. Brutus, I do have such an exploit ready, Ligarius, if you are well enough to hear about it. Ligarius, by all the gods that Romans worship, I throw off my sickness here. He throws off the cloth. Soul of Rome, noble son of honourable parents, you like an exorcist have conjured up my spirit which was dead. Now give me the go-ahead and I will attempt to do impossible things. Yes, and succeed too. What needs to be done? Brutus, a deed which will make sick men healthy. Ligarius, but aren't there some healthy men whom we have to kill? Brutus, that too. The deed, dear Caius, I shall explain to you, as we are on our way to the dwelling of him to whom it must be done. Ligarius, advance on foot, and with a heart rekindled with life and courage I will follow you, to do what I do not know, but it is enough for me that Brutus leads the way. Brutus, follow me then. Exit.